champagne or rum, achieve success with Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yay! We're back again, Miss Angelica. How are you doing?
Yes.
Right. And are you ready for your trip? Not yet.
I am ready as I can be. Every day I'm ready. But there's a few things I need to do, but
Yes, of
I
course.
got mostly everything ready.
There's 2 weeks to go yet, right? 2 weeks. It's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I travel pretty light.
So, are you a lively, go around everywhere type of person, or type of holiday maker, or are you like me, lazy, someone sit down somewhere and just drink and eat?
I'm gonna go everywhere
Oh no.
and I'll drink my coffee or tea to get me going. But I'm like, I'm afraid of the FOMO, fear of missing out. And if I
You're gonna miss out on what tourist stuff? Do you do all the tourist things?
some of them. I mean, we've done the I love the Tower London, and I love the British Museum.
I've been to
This,
London once in my life. The British Museum, never.
well, I never living here in the United States and living in New York, I had never gone up on the Statue of Liberty, so
What you have now, or you still haven't?
Well, I just went to the island, but we never went up into the actual building, so because you could go up to the top.
That tells me you're a normal person, because I'm sure I've seen the British Museum. I've been outside there. I thought, yeah, great. What a great building. Thanks.
Oh no, the British Museum, it's awesome. The history, the different archives, everything that they have in there, the statues, it's pretty interesting. I love it.
I laugh because it's clearly made for tourists, and my view was I'm not a tourist. I live here, so no. I'm just ignorant that way. Look, our friends are here. Welcome, Michelle B. Glad you're here.
Hi.
I was moaning at me because I'm always late. Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
You see you later. I've got things to do before we start. Glad you're here. So Caroline, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Caroline,
Good to see you.
I hope you get better soon. I really hope you do. I'm sure you will.
Hi, Caroline.
Time, and treatment always helps. Joseph, welcome again. Glad you're here. Sorry we couldn't hear you yesterday. Hopefully we actually do get to hear you today if you want to come and share. If you want the link, my friends, I'm sure I've shared the link with a few people today already. If you want the link, just put in the comments here that you want the link. I'll send it to you. Dr. Marcia, welcome. Amazing Jerome host. Amazing live host. She has 2 events, Wednesday, Tuesday and Thursdays. Do join her for her leadership conversations. And around, I get with a Christian perspective is what I call it. And an amazing author, of course, one of my co-authors in that book you see behind me. That one. Where'd my hand go? Yeah, that one. I don't know its place. I lose my hand right there. That one. That's to learn from COVID. I was talking to Joni about these background things. They're awful, right? They're just stressy. They make you, lose. I'm sure I lose my arms half the time. Have I lost my arm yet? I'm sure I will. I'll lose my arm sometime. But I'm still whole.
I'm living in the PST time zone. You better believe it.
Yeah, she is in the PST time zone. So what time is it? 7 o'clock in the morning?
7.
So that's us being generous. It used to be 6 o'clock that we used to start, right?
Yes, I was really out of it when at 6 o'clock. I was like,
I've been mentioning Miss Angelica, get up!
It was hard to get me to speak. I was like, yeah.
It was easier on audio when they couldn't see you, right? Welcome, Liana. Glad you're here. Lewis, superstar from in the Netherlands. I'm glad you're here as well.
Yes.
Tracy, we see you.
Hi, Tracy.
And Anisha, I don't think we've met before, Anisha. So thanks for joining us. So glad
Hello,
you're
Anisha.
so there's no getting away from Lisa. So my last show yet last night was with Lisa. Lisa's
Hey, Lisa.
metamorphosis room. So today, first show, Lisa's here. Thanks, Lisa. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you woke up too, because to anyone that's that side of the world, US side of the world, I'm always grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I know how hard it must be to. You won't get me getting up at silly hour. I don't do anything before 12 o'clock UK time. So
Uh-huh.
time is my thing. At 8 o'clock, I was still cooking. So I finished cooking lovely food, and then I went to sleep, and here I am. To Gary, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Gary.
Gary, this is big hug. So I'm glad you're here, Gary. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't heard Gary speak, Gary does speak. For a long time, I thought he's never going to speak, but then I think he was doing his own shows for a while.
Hmm.
I've heard him speak, and Happiness Tribe, yes, something about prisoners, I'm sure. Re-entry. That's the sort of conversation I think is what Gary has.
Oh, nice.
Gary, remind me. So thank you for joining us. Tolu, super author, international bestselling author,
Hi,
several
Tolu.
times. If you haven't read Raging Waters, I'll show it to you when I actually open all my Amazon packages on my table. I better start doing that soon, right? Glad you're here, Tolu. Of course, Tolu and I have a room, the marriage series. So I'm glad you're here. Right. I think that's a context for us to talk, Miss Angelica. Yeah, sending prayers your way, Caroline. We all are. We really are. Yeah. Joseph, patience, my friend. Patience. What's today's topic? I'll tell you in 1 second. I'll tell you in 1 second. Lisa, I'm ignoring you. So of course you're a joy to be around. I have no problem ending my day after midnight with Lisa, and then starting my day not long after.
Lisa's awesome.
Yeah, with Lisa. She really is. I
Mm-hmm.
wish we come traveling to the UK. Even though I have to go to Trinidad and Tobago to go and see her, but that's time. Time, Lisa. It will happen one day.
Mm-hmm.
Caroline, you are the marvelous one. You really are. You really are. Thanks, I always appreciate when you join us. Right, Lisa and I are waiting in limbo, waiting for you to grace. No, you'll be gracing my life, and if I actually get to meet you two in person, really. Did have Miss Angelica. Well, she has got 4 sisters that she's traveling with, so. And they did travel around every year or so. Is it every year or every couple of years?
Every year we try to make go somewhere because you gotta enjoy life and
They got
see.
time, they got money, they go around, they have fun. All those things. Miss Angelica is adorable. And I said, I have planned this great day for us, right? And I better tell you, because you're going to, you're going to find out sometime, right? So I'm going to come
Yes.
to London on Tuesday night. That's the 18th. And then I'm going to sleep, because I actually want to sleep before I have to live a whole Wednesday with you. Otherwise, I'd crash my car tired. It's never a good thing, right? And then on the Wednesday, we're going to leave early-ish, 10 o'clock-ish, to go to Paulette's. And then we're going to have lunch at Paulette's, because they're going to put a whole spread for you. And then,
Aww.
then we'll come back to London. But Natalie's going to join us at Paulette's, because she's up the road.
Mm-hmm.
An hour up the road. So you get to meet Natalie and Paulette.
Nice.
And Paulette, they put on a great meal. Charles, he just loves spoiling guests.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got my own central spot. I literally just walk in and go, yeah, plonk myself down, and and eat. So I'm sure she would love seeing you, actually meeting you in person.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it.
If we can take in Janella, then that would be good. I don't know which part of London she is, whether she's even in London.
I know she's in London. She said about 40 minutes away.
Okay, so she's in London. No, of course, it all depends what time we get back from Paulette.
Okay.
Because traffic, considering listen, our show is at 3 o'clock. This show, Light Up Your Audio Room, right? It's on that day, on the Wednesday. So
Oh,
we're gonna do
wow.
that. So we're gonna do that with Paulette's Wi-Fi.
Oh,
That's our.
awesome. This is going to be fun.
I told you I got a whole day planned for you, and then after that, then we'll start heading back.
Awesome.
If we get back and it's reasonable, which I'm sure we will, then we'll find where Chanel is beforehand, and let's go and see her. Why not?
Awesome.
London's a big place. It's a huge place. But I fear you've only seen the tourist bits, Miss Angelica. I'm going to show you the real parts of London, the real parts of the country that you never see. Tourists never see over that. We will meet Michelle. We definitely will. Lisa, love that Angelica. So close to her sisters. I don't know. I'm scared. I gotta say, I'm petrified. Really. Seeing Miss Angelica is fine. Her sisters, I don't know what they like, and they might just
Oh, my
think,
sisters are cool.
they might just think, who's this fool? How dare you come and spend ruin our space on our holiday? I'm praying, Lisa. I'm praying. I'll be confident until I meet them. If they're nice, then I'll be like, okay, thank goodness. If they're not, then I'll be like, oh no, Miss Angelica, let's run.
No, they're nice. They'll be nice.
You would say that. Of course, you say that. But we'll try. We'll try. Anyway, let's have our conversation. Let's please, more comments, even better. Come in the studio. I got a few people in the studio already. Joan is here. Selena's here. Lois is here. Lois, I'm not sure you haven't connected your microphone or your camera. So you need to connect your microphone and camera, and then come back in. Otherwise, I can't bring you on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So please do come back. No, I definitely want to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
I've made an effort to invite our friends. For those who don't know, as Miss Angelica and I, we are the events twins, right? So for a reason. We do more events than anyone else. That's what we're pride ourselves on. And you went to events first, Miss Angelica, before or video events. You went to live stream before I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess if you want to do events, talk to one of us. Talk to both of us. I don't like everyone. Miss Angelica likes everyone, so maybe she wants to work with you. I don't like everyone. I don't work with everyone. I'm like, nah.
Unless they're mean to me. That would be crazy to have somebody mean on a live event. That would be crazy, right?
Okay, I never knew you had standards. So I'm glad. Of course, you got standards. You can't do for everyone, right? We try.
Yeah.
It's a unique place to be. Of course, we're also both authors as well.
Yes.
You might figure that we just like having fun in these events. Yes, there's a reason we're here. There's a purpose. Of course there are. But we just believe in just being chilled and just having fun with our co-hosts, our guests. That's the way we do it.
Mm-hmm.
So my book is Lessons We Learned from COVID-19. Yeah, that one. See, I was watching something here, and I was at an event a couple of days ago, right? And someone was pointing to the co-host, and they're pointing the total opposite way. They pointed there. The co-host was over there.
That's happened to me. Because you see it on the screen there, and then you're like, oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
Over there. Yes.
It made me laugh. It does happen. Of course it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lois, I think, Lois, you're good now. You're good.
Great.
Look, of course, buy books. Miss Angelica, what's your book? I'm not going to tell him. You tell him what.
Oh, my book is right there. Now I'm scared to turn. There you go. You see what I'm talking about.
I had to look twice.
Oh my goodness. Max's Quest for the Lost Treasure. A pirate looking for treasure and finding many adventures along the way. It's a children's book and a lot of fun. So Annie's book is amazing as well.
Yeah, of course. It's the pictures in your book that make the book, right? You know,
Yeah.
your partner is a pirate story, and she has amazing graphics that I couldn't design in a million years. So you know, and it's a good story as well. It's a great kids book. So check it out. Check out the books if you want the books. Send a message. We'll happily send you the links. I'm sure we'll put
Uh,
it in the comments anyway. Let's start doing that, Miss Angelica.
yeah. I think also your book, it really helps people to become more resilient because they learn what people went through and how they overcame a challenge, which was COVID, right? So everybody has challenges in life. So it's always good to hear what people did. So that's awesome.
No, you're awesome. Look, I think my next one is threatening to be equally awesome. You know, my next one I'm really excited about, Miss Angelica. You know, and maybe it's part of our conversation today. You know,
Oh,
so
I'd love to hear it.
my next one is with Selena, who's here, you know, who's in the studio. Selena is a cancer survivor. So
Mm,
you know, then after when I met her, I thought, people survive life-threatening illnesses every day. People
mm-hmm.
not, you know, so but they never tell the story. We never know what this. No, you'd be amazed, Miss Angelica, if you know how many people actually had health issues and survived.
Wow.
You know, true. No, it's remarkable.
And
So I,
everybody wants to know because they might have that same issue or know someone else who has that issue
that's it.
or prevent from getting that issue, right?
You get it. I'm petrified that if I got life-threatening illness, what would I do?
Hmm.
So, and his answer is, let's get all those people who've experienced life-threatening illnesses and survived to tell their story. Tell us how
Yes.
you survived. I survived is the name of the book. Yay.
That's a great title.
So I'm looking for that 10, 15 author, that co-authors to be in the book. Why not? Now, tell
Hmm.
us how you survived. Just tell your story how you survived. You know, what strategies really helped you? Is it medication? Is it exercise? Is it something that homeopathy? There's many different things that help people, right? Just tell us what
Hmm.
helps you. You know, and then let's see what we can learn from you, as you said, Miss Angelica, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
When's your next book coming out?
It's coming out this year. I
Really?
yes.
Go on, tell us. What's it? What is it? Do you know?
It's
Are
gonna
you
be
still
a sequel. It's this another part of the Mac series
excellent?
where I'm gonna be adding some characters. So
Excellent. I guess any reason for you to dress up in your pirate gear, I suppose.
yes, any
Yeah.
reason for that, especially if I can make the children smile when I go and visit some of the classrooms. That's what really brightens my day when I'm able to see the kids smile and feel like they're loved and included.
Miss Angelica will wear this crazy outfits for her. She says it's for the kids. Okay, maybe it is. Right.
It is. Hey, and also for the big kid in me.
Yes, that's you. That's you, right? That's you. That's you totally. Look, my
Oh,
friends, you know, look, I said, no, our books are no, it's about helping people ultimately, right? And it's having more fun. But when it comes to our events, I think you know there's a serious issue, Miss Angelica. Yeah, Michelle, I know you rebel with a cause for sure.
yes, we did Rebel with the Cause too.
Which one are you in? Number two, the second one.
I'm in number one.
Okay, I don't know. Have I read your story? I don't know. No, I don't think I have.
No, you would know if you read my story because
No, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
a another different type of survival story.
Is it? Okay, all right. I'll come back to you then. You want to say you're gonna be my health book then? Yay! No, yeah, maybe. No, but Paulette's in the book, Michelle's in the book, Michael's in the book. So you know, so many of our friends, you know, and Joni's written a chapter already. So you know,
Mm,
there's several.
nice.
So we'll talk anyway. We'll talk, right?
I have a friend that, although she's not the one who is a survivor, her son is.
Mm,
So she could also write
Yeah,
about her experience with her son
yeah. No,
and how she helped him,
that
right?
definitely, yeah, that's an important point. That carers, it's about having the real knowledge that we can
Mm,
learn from. Having the knowledge of what they really did, rather than someone at a distance. Now, if someone who, if you're a carer for someone who survived, then please come and tell the story. Come and tell the story of, how did they survive? What was it? Were the important things that we can do in that sort of situation?
mhm.
Carers know what, they know enough. So, please, let's introduce us, Miss Angelica. Please do. Sandra, I'm sure you're in one of even Rebel with the course books. I'm sure. Yeah, Sandra's also one of my amazing co-hosts on her show, The Journey of Professional Corporate and Entrepreneur Immigrants. Yeah, that's a long title, a long hashtag, Sandra. But Sandra's just writing a book as we speak, so that will be coming out soon. Of course, Paulette.
Good to see Sandra.
Glad to
Yes,
hear
and
Paulette.
Paulette.
Paulette,
Hey, Paulette.
come in the studio, Paulette. You got the link in your DM. Come to the studio. Let's hear from you.
Yes.
Because no, it is all about you. I mean, you are the extreme end of the conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do join us, Paulette. And I'd love to know how you do what you do. That's why I'm begging you to come to the studio. Chinyere, welcome to our Christian healer. So glad
Hi,
you're
Chinyere.
here. We've got a room plan, so we've actually got a date in the diary. It's next week, I think. So you actually get to meet her properly and learn her and her approach is helping people through illnesses. And she
Mm-hmm.
actually does. That's an amazing thing. Michael, glad you're here. Michael's definitely in the book as well. So glad you're here, Michael. So
Habarigani,
you
Michael.
people, I tell you. I tell you. Jay, I'm glad you're here. Welcome,
Thank you,
Jay's
Joy.
rules of engagement and
Thank
storytelling. Of course, Jay does many rooms. I mean, does a couple of rooms at night, a couple of live events and many audio events and stuff. So we'd love to hear your thoughts too, Jay.
you.
Now, if you got something that we can learn from today, don't be shy. Come and tell us what we can learn from you. I've got a couple of simple questions for you, so we'll get there in a second. Rosemary, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Miss, I call you the queen of positivity.
Hi, Rosemary. Hi,
So,
Jay. Good to see you
sorry,
guys.
the positivity be. But I think you are. Everything about positivity is what you talk about. So I'm glad you're here. Oh,
Yeah.
Lisa, of course I've read your Rebel with a Cause. I read Lisa's story because that's why I bought the book. It's only got several books. Oh, how many do I have to buy? Many more, many more. I'll buy them all. I buy books, because if you write them, I'll read them. Why not? Why not? So now I'm going to buy Rebel with a Cause 1 as well now. And Mr. Delica is in it as well. We are chopped to liver, Angelica. Are you? Hopefully not. I couldn't kidney. I was thinking, Hoax kidney this morning. So
That reminds me of the phrase from West Side Story when everybody was telling the a beautiful girl how beautiful she was, and nobody said anything to Anita, and she goes, "What am I, chopped liver?"
is that what you mean?
I love that. I love that movie
I know.
and the
I know what
music.
film, so it's lost on me. But now you've explained it, and I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Dr. Marcia, I can see you are right on point. Give me a second, Dr. Marcia. Let's set the context, and then let's start hearing, just in the comments, and let's start hearing from those in the studio. And I tell you that. So,
Yes.
okay, look, Miss Angelica, look, here's the truth, right? I think we are in a unique position as event hosts.
Hmm.
I think, we need to. I don't think everyone understands that position necessarily, but I think that we are in a unique position to. Well, we'll come across people who are truly struggling.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's not a whose fault is it thing, but no, essentially, now people who come to our events, many like I said, have different issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as hosts, it is a case of how do we best support them? As some hosts, say Paulette being an extreme end, will do the daily phone calls with people that come to her events. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can call it counseling. That's probably the best way of describing what she does. But she does a lot more. Paulette will put her hand in her pocket to help people. She'll, if someone needs help, Paulette is there. She's all in from whoever you are. She will literally do her best to support you. I don't know, where do I sit? I guess I'm more the shoulder to cry on type of support. Are you agree? I'm not there to put my hand in my pocket unless I really have to. But that's
Mm-hmm.
only once in a while. But I will make time. I have to care, right? I can't just say no, I don't care what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a conversation I want to have today. Really, it's a question of, as a host, how far do you go to support the people in that community, people at your events? And I guess, what are your boundaries, if you have any? What's your take?
My take is, like you said, it's very important to care. And some people do care and don't know how to show it. So I think it's important to show that you care, whether it's in our face, in the things that we say, and try to be a beacon of hope with maybe something that we know, maybe somebody that can help them. One time we had somebody come on our live asking for work, and they were um, struggling in that sense. Everybody has a different type of struggle, right? And this is the beauty of these video and audio rooms that we used to have, is that there could be someone in the audience that is listening that can also extend a hand and help that person. So when that person is asking for a certain type of help, then we know what they need, and they can find that help because somebody else reached out and actually offered this person work, that they had some openings at their company. And so these are great opportunities for people not only to find a solution to their problem, but for others to, well, both people have a solution to their problem. They need people that'll work, and people that are looking for work need work. So it was a win-win there. So that's the beauty. How about you, Annie?
I agree with you entirely. I think everyone wins, right? We'll want something. I put myself in the center. I never do. I try not to, but it's a new trick from Angelica. I've learned this. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I can be snazzy, right? Anyway,
Yeah, I like it.
before I used to just hide everyone apart from the speaker, right? So I
I
think,
like it.
I think, finding different ways to support people, it definitely helps. And I think I agree with you. It takes a community to support our friends, right? We
Hmm.
can't always do it alone, So, but I thought, again, as hosts, we are in a unique position, almost to Henry Stevenson would call it sponsor people.
Hmm.
Recommend them, for example,
Yes.
give them a shout out, and I give them, make their need, make people aware of their need, and because we sitting here as we do in front of the rooms, give someone an endorsement, so to speak, people do take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's a delicate place to be. I think I think we have to learn to use almost the power we have wisely. You may think that we have no power. So this is why I'm trying to make sure that my friends don't go away with thinking, oh, well, no one cares what I say. People care what you say because you're an event host. It gives you a special power that I think we need to learn to use seriously and use carefully. Yeah, it's again, so people have services that we promote inadvertently sometimes, but literally, when someone comes in a room, I tell you what they do. That gives them. Then suddenly now you know what you can't unhear what you've heard. That's my point, Miss Angelica. What you told. You have people in your shows, or you have guest interviews every day. It's literally, I'm saying all those people, you're endorsing even without endorsing them. If that makes sense. I'm not blaming you if they're rubbish. I'm saying when we say this person does X, the world goes, okay. Miss Angelica said that person does X.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different to if we never said that person does any. Are you with me? If we didn't know them, didn't speak about them, then who knows where they will get to? Maybe they'll still be famous. But I'm saying, but deep down, us hosts will elevate people, and we also have to know. I think that's a precarious place to be. Because you and I have come unstuck with those people that next day we're like, no, I wish I knew, I didn't know. Forgive me, the world. Are you with me? No. It's all of that. I'm now trying. It's how do we manage all of that? That's what I'm trying to talk about today. Amolia, welcome, superstar Amolia, on your room a couple of days ago. So Amolia talks about it. She still talks about audio. So I've joined her membership. I've joined her audio leaders club. I think she talks about how to make audio work. Amolia, I saw you doing a live the other day. It gave me such, I was so happy to see you do a live because I don't know, audio seems to be gone. Of course, I know there's still Clubhouse and still Twitter Spaces, but they're going to do that.
Okay, so she's talking about audio. She's talking about Clubhouse.
Yeah, no, she's still stuck in audio. She's still the audio guru, the audio evangelist, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they come along with us. We're doing lives earlier. But she's lovely though. So I'm just saying that. So I know your show the other day was wonderful. Like, can we not do lives, Amelia? I don't think we can avoid it, right? It's all we have on LinkedIn, unless we turn our cameras off, of course, right? So Lisa wants to hear our advice today. I'm going to come back to yours in a moment. Dr. Marcia, we want to hear your advice, Lisa, because you host a room that deals with a delicate topic. Again, I imagine there's people from your events, Lisa, who really struggle. And of course yours is health related. So again, I love to know how you manage that fine dynamic between being a host, being a friend, being a therapist, being a confidant, being everything that people need. It's all of that we're going to talk about today. Sandrine, welcome. I don't think we've met.
Hi, Sandrine.
My DMs. I'm glad you're here. Superwoman Margaret, one of my co-authors.
Hey, Margaret.
Anthology. Glad you're here. So Daniel, I'm amazed. I tell you what, I'm amazed.
Hi, Daniel.
Thanks for joining us. I think there's people in my connections. The other day I was clearing up people in my connections, right? I was like, you never come to my events. Unconnect, remove connection, right? And I've seen for a long time, Daniel, and I was like, he never comes to my events, but he's here.
And here he is.
I'm trying to delete our connection, Daniel. So thanks for joining us. You made my day. Just seeing you made my day entirely. So Shivanka, our creative artist, creative genius.
Hey, Shivanka.
Thank you so much for being here. Angelica, you're so right. So people they find it hard to express themselves, but of course they're listening. They're listening.
Hey, Sandra, thank you.
And people will reach out to hosts for support. Again, part of my reason today is the fact that my friends must realize the position we're in. You can't just do a room and turn your computer off and then that's it. There's a follow-up. and the follow-up often is more intense than people give themselves time for. I was
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter the other day. There was 500 comments. 500. She has to go.
Wow.
She has to go through all of them and respond. Thankfully, it's not my room. I'm like, well,
You got your work cut out for you, Annie.
it's not me. It's her problem. And that my co-hosts have to go and do their own commenting and get engaging, and never know where that might lead. Oh, here's another joy of my life. Marty Smith, I'm glad you are here.
Hi.
Marty, I was getting very concerned. Marty's got some amazing books that she's written, which Marty's coming to lives next week, I think. It is next week. No, it's the first week of March. No, so we're going to do an event together. So I'm glad you're here. I was thinking, you see, my criteria for everyone, if you want to work with me, come to our events. Come and see what it's like. Come and see what we do, right? And then we'll start planning yours properly. What's that? I haven't seen Marcy for the best part of 3 weeks. I'm like, she's never going to come. Do I just cancel her event? Of course not. You're here, Marcy. Thanks for being here. Next stage
She's
for you.
a transformation miracle.
Yeah, no, she's a bounce back legend. That's what I call her. Like she talks about bouncing back,
Nice.
finding yourself again. Because not everything goes right first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to find a way to get that to come back again. And she's what I talked about all of that. And she even writes about it too and coaches about it. So Marty, welcome. Now, so if anyone who's new, like Marty, so after the event, do go to the event page and comment. Comment and then engage with other people's comments. If you see anyone you like there, then follow them, connect with them, meet them. That's where friendships are made. That's where support is given. That's what I'm talking about today, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't miss that chance. It was easier in audio. You just press people's heads and then follow them there and then. But this one, you have to actually go to the comment page to do what you have to do. Jay Pasqua, I don't know what Jay said. Jay, it wasn't me. Okay, Mark was jealous. I don't know what you did, but it's fine. Frank, I missed it completely. Frank, our AI chatbot creator. So chatbots, the word dumb until Frank got to them, and then so your chatbots that he creates for you will have an answer to everything. And I mean that sincerely. So do connect with him if chatbots are your thing. Authors especially can benefit from what Frank does, because the chatbot can tell the reader what's in our books amazingly. Who are the main characters? What are the main themes? You might think, how the hell does chatbot know? Because of course they know, right? Because you got a summary somewhere online, and the chatbot will search the world and find the answer. Sometimes it's what we tell it to give the people back, but Frank creates all that for you, so you can sell your books while you sleep. I see Dr. Amaka is here. Welcome, Dr. Amaka. I'm sure before work for you. I'm loving that pink. Dr. Amaka. She asked me, which one should I choose? I'm like, go for the bright pink one. I don't know why. I was so tempted to tick both of them. I stopped myself taking the second one, I think. I ticked one. I was like, just tick both. What she chose. I'm glad you chose that one, Dr. Amaka. It works very well. Professor Roxana, I mentioned you over here. I'm a super author, another event coach or event host. Over here, done many events.
Obehi.
Agribusiness, and many, and of course, storytelling, African diaspora, African ancestry events as well. So it does many events. And he's written a storytelling book and a 5-book series about how to do storytelling for business. So I'm glad you're here, my friend.
And he's a filmmaker too.
Yeah, and I've been on this podcast. And I said I've been on this podcast a good few times. The Obehi podcast. And he has legends there. Not me, he has other legends, Miss Angelica Paulette, I think, many more people. If you do anything great, talk to Obehi. He will definitely give you a window to the world. Oh, Lanray, thank you for joining us, Lanray, and our talking sustainability. And our next show is tomorrow. We're going to talk about recycling, Lanray. Let's talk later. Let's plan the room. Let's get it set up. Today's the day, right? So thanks. Caroline showing up is really important. Sandra, This morning, I read a post that said, "Don't quit on you on your message." Disregards of how many people acknowledge it. Never know how many people you're helping. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
Yes,
Again,
absolutely.
people try different tricks to
Hmm.
get engagement, to get visibility. Again, my point today: audio room hosts have the biggest power to suddenly transform from no one can see me to suddenly having people engaging with you. If you ask me, how do I get people to engage with my post, Emmy? I said, do a few rooms, start a room. The more they see you, the more the people, if you engage people, if you actually support people, they will
Absolutely.
engage with your posts. It's a given, right? You
Hmm.
know, so I agree with you entirely, Sandra. Okay, excellent. I think we've got to the end of our comments for now. I want to hear from our friends who are here in the studio, many of them. Please
Me
be
too.
patient. Please be patient with us. I will bring you all up. Just bear with us, and we'll try and keep an order of sorts. Anyway, let's start now. So my question to you is, how you know how how burdened are you in terms as a host in terms of your commitment to serve people, to help people who are suffering. Do you understand me? Do you
Yes,
feel a responsibility as a host to help people? Yes or no? And if you do,
absolutely.
what's your strategy? How do you help people? How do you support them? So that's roughly what I want to ask you. I'm saying, you tell me what you want to tell us, really.
Well, and it depends what the problem is. But
Hmm.
I see that Joni's here. Let's hear from her.
Tony, the mic and the camera are yours. How are you? You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Mute, 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 unmute, 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 unmute. Thank you.
Like there should be one button. All right, whatever. This is my actual office. I got some negative feedback on my different backgrounds. So this is actually where I'm sitting here in Chicago. And it's quite cozy. And I think here's what I think. I think all of us came into LinkedIn with audio rooms at a very pivotal time. And a lot of it maybe metamorphosized out of COVID and people feeling self-isolation, and they found some sort of community in here. And so for my goal is whatever it takes to continue that community. I make people not feel alone. I'm gonna do it. Um, and I think like some people don't necessarily like understand like an online community that you can really call someone a friend. And I certainly call a lot of you my friends. And I think it's a fantastic way to be. So it is something that I really want to continue on with. Um, I do think that whatever platform you choose, the pre-event communication is very important. And that's like the annoying, like, wish you had an assistant part, like pre-event communication, pre-event check-ins, that sort of thing. I also really believe in facilitating introductions. There's a lot of people on here I know that sometimes are scared to talk, and I respect that. But I think it can be really helpful just to say your name out loud and go around the room. I mean, gosh, I've been to enough Al-Anon meetings that work. It does work by saying a name and who you are there to support. And and I'm not saying everyone's alcoholics or have family members who are alcoholics, but I'm saying that's a tried and true method that I really do encourage. I hopefully will encourage when my podcast restarts up, but just the introductions so people can hear your voice, and that's really it. That's it. And then also, rounding out any sort of meeting with maybe just like a quick list of support. Just who's willing to have a chat with you, a little fireside chat. As I have a fireplace and we can just chat online. You can enjoy my beautiful fireplace. It was from Walmart. And I think it helps people who are nervous about talking and who may struggle it's not even who may struggle. It's all of us struggle with varying forms of anxiety and stress and need some support. And that's absolutely okay. So just know it. That is okay. I don't care if you live in Pakistan or Singapore or the Netherlands. I really have a wonderful love for people around the world because we all are dealing with a lot of the same challenges with post-COVID, honestly. So,
Thank you. Very
wait, you're brittle too.
Yeah, you're a star, truly. Everyone in the studio, you must say leave, right? Jonah said it all.
Nah, shut up. Nah. I just like really not judgmental because I have so much crazy shit going on in my brain.
I'm joking.
Okay, wait. I haven't talked about Winnie the Pooh in a while, and I wanted to say, what do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? Don't look it up, just say it.
Both like honey? Yes, no? Okay. Far off, but damn. Miss Angelica, what's your guess?
They conquered the world. No.
We're both wrong.
Can you imagine Winnie the Pooh conquering the world?
That's not the answer, but I would almost give you a pass on that. So
If anyone knows, feel free. Paulette, do you know?
What do Alexander
Yes, let's hear Paulette.
Who have in common?
Anyone in the comments? If anyone amazing bodies say Shivranka, who knows?
Okay, do you want me to tell you?
Yes, please. You're killing us. No,
Your middle name.
Middle name?
The.
Ah, that was so obvious.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh, Alexander the Great. the.
Beautiful fireplace, Joan.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll try that with my son later. I'm sure he won't find it funny because he's 15. So
I know. It's just I love Winnie the Pooh, and I just found it so silly.
Thanks.
Cute.
Little humor that helps too.
Yes,
humor helps.
It's true.
People that are struggling.
It's true.
Humor and positivity.
Little giggle.
Yeah, for sure. Look, Jodie, you covered a lot there. Really, I think. What can I say about when audio started? I think it's not so much when, it's more the what that audio did. I think audio was the first time that people actually saw us, really. I'm saying for years, just been posting blogs and posting posts, and people didn't care. They wouldn't see. People don't see our posts. They never have done. And then the platforms restricts our posts with their old algorithms and whatever they do. So even your friends don't see your posts, right? But audio gave us a voice for the first time in 10 years, Jody. Some people were like, oh, Annie, you're a human. And you think something. And before then, no one cared. I think that's what made the audio so special, really. It was a person that created that community that you mentioned. That sense of people could see me, they can hear me, and actually care what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's so. I think that's a valuable thing. As lives, yeah, lives are not audio, but I think lives, by being able to see you
Mm-hmm.
and see each other, I think we'll have a deeper relationship. Instantly you feel like you know the person because you can see them. And when people come on our stages in our studio, like so many of our friends have done today, it transforms it. I think it takes almost our friendship to the next level. I use the word friendship deliberately because some people don't like the word friendship. Michelle Ramos, I'm saying, but truly, again, I think I love how you say that the host can do the pre-event check-in, post-event check-in, and just actually care about people who come to your events. Actually want to be friends with them. I think that is so. To me, that is so important. And I do.
I care about you guys, but I have to leave. I gotta go to work.
Why you gotta leave?
We'll miss you, Angelica.
We'll see you guys.
It's not going back to sleep. It's fine. Now let her go.
I'm not gonna do that. I got things that I gotta do. So love you guys.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Miss Angelica.
Thank you, Miss Angelica.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
So Joni, I think it's a little things that are so important. I think really.
Yes.
And hosts have to realize that people rely on us. And people actually do rely on us to be their friend. They actually do rely on us to care and to actually, help where we can, right? I guess it can feel a bit, what's the word, daunting. As a host or a co-host, so, when you realize how much people are looking to you for help, and they really do. I think that's what I take from what you said, really.
Right, Annie, don't you think that like what people recognize in a host, I certainly can see that, and a bunch of our hosting friends, yourself, Paulette, plenty of Professor Roxana, like you just get that it's okay to be nervous, to be different, to be just who you are. And we're going to be like, yo, that's pretty cool. Like, don't worry about it. And I think for me specifically, because I did come to this about 2 years ago, and I really love it. And I have gone through different traumas, and I'm pretty open about it. That's something I could never do on, like, for instance, an online dating platform, which is so fake. It is so fake. It's ridiculous. Like, I can't say anything except like, hi, like, I love to garden and cook, and like, it just is so.
I've never been on one of those. I have no clue at all.
It's like, I am funny. Like, then people like start to take your funny moments away from you because they don't get it, and you're just like, ugh, you're boring. All right, I was on my own. This is a platform that, like, people, they can take their time with, and it's really a loving platform.
Yeah, no, look, I think there's more to what you're saying, Joni. Again, I think just by being a host, people give us elevated status. They really do. When they meet you, they're nervous. They're genuinely nervous. They think they're meeting a star. I'm like, no, I'm just any. I don't know what you think I am. I'm just me, right? And so I think my point is this: we need to do what we can to make people relax and feel comfortable. I think that's what I'm taking from what you're saying. We need to give them
really,
the
like, just relax and comfortable. But like, I really like everyone. Like
Mm.
genuinely like
Thank you. Thank you.
No, truly, Joni, look, I have this argument with Michelle Ramos every day. I'm saying, when I meet you, I give you my friendship. And, I was saying this to her last night. I'm saying, I give you my friendship totally, right? I want to be your friend. I like you already, right? All that can happen from here on is either we're going to become better friends, or you're going to blow it. And then, sorry about that. What can I say, right? I might give you a second chance. So that's a different conversation. I'm saying, but literally,
I know.
I think as hosts, we want to be there. We have to want to be their friends, genuine friends. Not friends to tell you something.
Friends, like in real life, in figuring out solutions for other people who are struggling. And I am just such a believer that, mental health is achieved in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So if you're like struggling, let's say you went to rehab. I've had a lot of friends go to rehab. And it didn't work. It was so stringent. But I do think that whatever you so choose to find community, whatever you choose to find community, I support that. And I am not a mental health professional. I'm not a coach. I'm just a girl from Chicago that has dealt with a lot.
Yeah.
And
again, I mean, there's a point there around people want friends, right? And let's say us hosts, that unique position to be many people's friends. But we have to be, the way you describe it, is the little things and the big things, right? There's the little things that sort of the care, the conversation, and then the helping bits. That's almost the next level, right? I think we have to become almost superhuman, almost really super nice, and there's no, I don't know how to explain it. If you ask me what's a host, I would create a superhuman in front of you. I'm saying they have to be good listeners, truly attentive, truly loving, helpful, and they got people skills to die for. Literally, they got people skills that help other people. I could carry on, but let's hear from the others, Joni, and then we can always come back and talk a bit more if you want to, of course. Thank you so much. It's a great way to start the conversation. I can't wait to see what the rest of our friends say. I'll get to the comments in good time. Dr. Leslie, I see you. Lois, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, everybody from the Netherlands. My name is Loes Pijpers from the Netherlands. I will introduce myself and thank you everybody for sharing your story and encouraging everybody. These events unite people, I think. Some people are lonely or feeling forgotten, but I think it's important to encourage everyone, and some people are shy to talk in public or on an event, but and I respect that, but that's not necessary. But nobody is perfect, and if you realize that, then it's easy to speak, because everybody has struggles and things going on in their lives. So we all have that, and I think it's important to pass on the positivity and encourage everybody to speak, and let your voice be heard. That's very important. We all have our own characters, and that makes the world colorful. I think everyone is different and everyone is worthful. So, and some people are looking for a job, and then that's a big opportunity to speak in public on these kind of events, because maybe some recruiter is listening, or other people who offering a job. So that's a big opportunity. Sometimes we are looking for opportunities far away, but most often they are in our neighborhood. So this is a big opportunity, and I think it's so special. I'm so grateful that we all can connect around the world. In Africa, people from Japan. I have an Instagram account for almost 8 years, and TikTok and other social media, but my followers are all around the world for almost 8 years, and we share our stories, and that's so special. When something happening with their pets or in their own lives, we share that with each other, and then it feels like they living in the neighborhood. That's so special. So these kind of events, I will support and encourage that to host that for everybody, because you can have conversations with your connections, and you learn to know each other. That's so special, I think, and encouraging everybody to go after your dream job and to do whatever you want the world to know that you stand for. It's so important, and encourage everybody and support. I'm in a lot of groups now, and it's all about serving others, not only your own goal, but you can all learn from each other. And I think it's so special on this event, everyone sharing their story, and we can all be part of each other's lives, involve others in your plans and in your life, and that gives you fulfillment and health is also being happy from inside and give other a pleasant day. And health is so important, not only by sports or go to the gym, but when you're happy in your job. Some people are applying for a job because of the money or that sort of things. But I think money, you get your payment every once a month, but you have to do the job every day. So being happy in your job gives you fulfillment and wellness, and team members you can collaborate with, doing things together and inspire everybody. Nowadays it's very important for the next generation also to inspire others, and they get fulfillment out of getting their ideas spreading all over the company and sharing with team members, and information everywhere available. So we enter a new era, I think, 2025 and the future, where we all want to collaborate with each other, sharing information online and in audio rooms. That's so important that we all educate each other, our children with the books you're writing and other people writing books, educating our children and next generation, but also the older people, and sharing information with each other, learning to know English, other languages, because information is often in English, and if you are learning others English and helping to speak, then you can have more connections and connect with other people and share conversations with each other. In conversations you can get a lot of conversations. Conversations are not only listening and talking, but also creating space in conversations, talking about the future. Where will you stand after 3 or 5 years? When you have a company and you ask clients about it, then you lift the conversation up to 3 years, and you create space in conversations, and you can talk about the future and build a long-term relationship. That's very important with your audience. When you post content on social media, it's not only the articles, but also the feeling you have. Do they align with you? Do they want to follow you as a person? And that's so important, who you are, your why, and how you solve problems that come on your path. And if you are taking care of yourself, you can be there for others. So I think make connections and have conversations with each other and encourage each other in all the positivity, and make your dreams come true, not only your own dreams, but from the dreams from others. Support each other. I think when we unite with each other all around the world, we can make each other stronger. Instead of doing things all by ourselves, if we do things together, we can achieve more, I think, with collaboration and teamwork. That's very important, I think. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Look, now, my friends, you can all go home now. Between Lois and Joni, they covered everything, right? Well, what they haven't said, I don't know. I'm saying literally. No, Lois, now, thank you so much. You paint a picture which I think I know, right? And the hosts, they have to be superhuman, almost. Well, of course, I think we are human. All of us are human, right? So now there has to be a limit somewhere. Everything you say, positivity, definitely. I think it's very probably one of the most important one. Again, Joni mentioned it in terms of making people feel comfortable when you talk to them. It's creating that space for the people to talk, as you said. It has to be a conversation. And I talk to people almost most days, and they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, no, I met with that person. I met with that host, and they were horrible." I'm like, "What do you mean they were horrible?" And it's just that they just didn't care what the person does or did. As hosts, we can't just be salespeople. Is my point. We have to genuinely care about the people who come to our events, because they're there for a reason, and not everyone wants to buy from us necessarily, but in the position we're in, we have to genuinely care about people. Otherwise, I think we're cheating people almost. I mean, I truly believe that. And I like how you mentioned integrity. If we provide a service, yes, but provide the service you say you provide. Don't be a host who has no integrity. That's going to ruin your business anyway, right? That's going to ruin everything. You're going to ruin your look. Go on, Lois, please.
I think in audio rooms and LinkedIn Lives and all the events, as a host, you have to create a safe space where people want to share their stories and do want to speak. And when it's safe and you have no judgment to each other, and you're open up to each other, I think people are willing to speak, and no judgment in conversations to each other, because we are all different but all unique personalities, and that makes a world colorful. And if we let go of judgment in conversations, and not everything in the world is right and honest, but sometimes you have to let it be. If you can't change things, you can go on with your life and let it be. Some people are putting their whole lives in change things they can't change, and sometimes when you can't change things, you have to let it go and move on with your life, and surround yourself with positive people and you can learn from. That's so important.
Yeah, no, look, again, I totally agree with you. It's sometimes you have to go the extra mile. So Paulette's heard, I'm sure we'll get to Paulette and after Selena. But I think there's a lot that we need to do. So welcome, Margaret. Margaret, I've mentioned you. So Margaret appreciates what you're saying, Lois, for sure. Omar, Zoom party. He doesn't. This man doesn't care about people. He does. He wants to embarrass me. That's what he did when I went on this show. But I'm only joking. And I had fun. Paulette's on next again. Well, let's go through to the final stages of Omar's Zoom party. And connect with him. He's funny, but if you can't answer quiz questions, what can you do, right? It makes you feel comfortable for sure. It made me feel like a very comfortable loser. Yay. Yeah, Omar. Thank you, Omar. I'm glad you're here, though. Thanks for joining us. Philip, as a man of compassion and kindness, thank you so much for being here. Well, I haven't seen you for a while, Philip. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here. Again, I looked up at a certain stage, Lewis, and I thought, Lewis is frozen. Oh no, Amy, you frozen. I had to restart my computer. I tell you all that because it means I can't see most of your comments on my StreamYard. I can see on my LinkedIn page. I'm trying to keep the 2 pages going. So Natalie, thanks for being here to say no, be real, right? Yeah, exactly that, Natalie, really. Thank you so much. Natalie's in Canada, so I'm glad you're here. Dr. Leslie, of course, I see you too. I know you're driving. Hopefully you will get to add to the conversation. Look, there's so many things that make us as hosts, again, different to other people. But maybe we're not that different, A community of people who think like hosts, who have that integrity, who want to help each other, who want to be genuinely nice people. It's what we need, right? That's what we're looking for. Maybe I'm lucky to call all of you my friends because we think in a similar way, right? But I think we need to reinforce that for others to learn from. And it doesn't take too much effort to be a decent person. That's my personal take. Lois, I've got one question for you because I know. Okay, 2 things. So the first one, I guess the one thing I miss about audio as it was that subtitle thing. That the language thing, the text box that you could click and that will translate and you would know English or any language to your language. I truly miss that. I don't think we got that on StreamYard or any of the streaming channels. Because now Lois invites you to where they're wonderful rooms. Now they speak different languages, they talk different things. Some play piano sometimes. I'm saying she invites you to strange places, and that subtitle thing was invaluable. I was laughing when you invite me. I'm like, where is she sending me now? See, but now I know that you go to Clubhouse, you go to Go Branch, you go to other places, many Zoom meetings, Google Meets. I'm like, Lewis, again, really? But I still go because Lois invited me. So I want to see what's there, right? My question for you, Lois, is this. Do the hosts on the other platforms have the same qualities as us on LinkedIn? Are they different?
I think it's very different. I'm also joining audio events on Clubhouse, and it depends on the room. Sometimes I'm in a room invited by Enjon, and he's sending me to the room, and there are people who are learning English, but it's so funny because they switch in moderators every time it's someone else because they have to practice English, and they ask what to everyone, what's your dream for the future? And the moderator says, well, I'm sharing mine. One day I want to be a president. So, well, I thought it's very funny because they are all so vulnerable and they're sharing everything. And every time I'm invited in a Arabic room where they speak Arabic, but I don't speak Arabic, so I can't join. And once I clicked on something and suddenly I was in the studio in an audio event with Arabic people, and I don't understand Arabic, so I moved myself. But on every social media platform, on Go Brunch, the hosts are very different, and LinkedIn Live is a sort of anchor in my opinion, a sort of homecoming. You feel at home here. On other platforms also, but here the LinkedIn live, and you make it very energetic and inspiring, but it comes to life. And when audio rooms, you can listen and having conversations, but it's different. It LinkedIn live is coming to life. You can see persons, you can listen to them, and it's more realistic, I think. And everyone have his own opinion. Some people don't want to talk on camera. I respect that, but I think LinkedIn is a sort of anchor, and you feel at home here. Every platform is different. I see on Substack, I'm also on Substack, and some people have live events there. I join, but it's so different. It's a sort of they are talking alone to a lot of people, and you are listening. And with LinkedIn Live, you can have conversations with each other. Live, and I think that's so special, because I like conversations with more people instead of alone. Sometimes a connection of mine asked, will you make a podcast? And I agreed with it. I did it, but that's talking about myself for an hour or so, and after 15 minutes I've seen that because um, talking about myself for an hour, I like talking, having conversations with more people, and the more people, the joyful, I think, the more interested it will be, because everyone has an opinion, different opinions. Some people call it a conflict, or different people who aren't agree with you, but I think it's interesting. And all the people have opinions and their own story behind every account on social media. There are persons, families with pets, and they have neighbors. They live in a neighborhood. I think that's interesting on LinkedIn Live, that you can have conversations with different people, and sometimes you know them, sometimes you don't, but that's interesting and joyful, and you learn to know each other. And with audio on Clubhouse, that's also inspiring, and we exchange a lot of knowledge, but it's very different. It's only listening to each other, and well, I miss that on other platforms. So Go Brunch, you can't really see each other, and this is so great, and I'm grateful that you can have live conversations, and it's coming to life. Then that's I'm interested in conversations with a lot of people, so you have to opportunity to see things from another kind of perspective, and then you can grow as a person in business, but also let your personality grow, because you can learn from others and you can encourage other persons.
Beautifully said. I call Clubhouse the dark side. I spend good time there. I used to spend good time there. But there's no other platform, like you say, where we have the relationship and the community that we really have, and we see our friends most days. And I know Michelle's going to cringe again, but so every time I do a room, I feel like I'm amongst friends. Really. So maybe because I can choose who to invite. But literally, say, I've met two people off Clubhouse. In all the time I've been there since, God knows, 2022, 2023. Yeah, literally. Other people don't want to meet, on other platforms. On LinkedIn, I think we expect to meet. People expect to meet you. If they connect with you and they've been to your events, they actually want to talk to you. They actually want to get to know who you are. That's what hosts do, right? So that's just part of the picture. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So I look, being able to see you and hear you, it's like a dream come true. Now, people still complain that, oh, we want audio back. So you don't want audio back. You really don't. Video is better. I can see you, I can hear you, I can talk to you. You know, and it's a better conversation, and it's recorded. Yay! So, my friends, if you miss anything that Lois said, don't ask me what she said. And I've written loads of notes from what she said. Right? I love to involve others in your projects. That's a two-way thing. It's us as hosts creating opportunities for people, like you said, and also people being willing to overcome their fears to get involved. And otherwise, hosts will ask, "Why am I doing this?" You know, it has to help. It helps the host. It helps the audience. You know, what we can co-create. That's where the magic really happens, right? I think that's truly where good things happen. Look, thank you so much, Lewis. I one day I learned how to pronounce your name properly. I know you pronounce it different to what I do, but go on. What's the right way to pronounce your name?
It's Lewis or Lulu.
Loes. In the Netherlands, we say Loes, but
Right.
in America, they call me Lois. Lois. It sounds great to me. Lois. It's a jeans brand in Holland, Lois, and I think it's a great name, Lois. But in the Netherlands, we say Loes, but sometimes they can't say the oo in some countries. So
No, we can. We just
speak it
we,
like you want. I think it's great.
see, I think we can say lose if we just know that not to pronounce the e. I think that's the thing for me, right? I'll try lose. I'll get it right. So I'll do better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Well, lost a couple of people, so I'm going to bring Paulette up next. You know, so you can stay in the studio if you want. If you want to stay here for now, so feel free. Professor Roxana said, love your point, Luz. Yeah, very practical and realistically expressed. So true. Yeah, Dr. Marcia is one of our legends of hosts on this platform, and a true friend to many. Paulette,
Hello.
the friend of friends, the only one that we will need to know. I don't say that lightly. You know, when I was creating this room, I thought you are the extreme of nice. You are the perfect host and nice person. Yeah. Apart from your time thing at midnight, you are pretty perfect. So, no. I suppose, do you feel the burden of responsibility for supporting those who are suffering?
If I'm discussing a topic where somebody could potentially be triggered, or which could be any topic to be fair, but if you're discussing something where there is a possibility of somebody being triggered, then you do have an absolute responsibility to make sure there is somebody other than you in the room that can assist. If you can't leave the room to help that person if they need you, I take my responsibility extremely seriously. That probably goes back to being within therapy. You know, if somebody comes to see you, they come to see you for a reason. If somebody's seeing you in a group setting, you can still do therapy in a group setting, but everybody's there for the common good and everybody knows why they're there and they understand what's going to get discussed. But if you're in a room where you're letting different people come on stage as a mental health or a mental wellness room, and people can say and do whatever they like, you got to be prepared for everything and anything, because you don't know what's going to come at you. And I feel that the safer the room, the more comfortable I can make people feel, the more likely they are to open up about whatever it is that's bothering them, the more likely they are to feel really, they'll trust me with their dearest and most personal problem, because they'll know I'll treat it with this sincerity and the need that it is required. You know, I don't think I've ever hurt anybody deliberately, but I have been told that I've triggered people, and then I've asked them to come and meet me afterwards and have a conversation. I don't ever want to appear any uses in these phrases as superhero or superwoman or what. We're not. We're human. Nobody's a superhuman. Maybe the surgeons that can do amazing heart surgery or whatever, brain surgery, they may be, in my mind, a superhero. What I believe we are kind souls who are aiming to make other people's days better in some small way, whether that's making them go away smiling, whether that's making them feel like they've left the problem behind because they've told someone. Sometimes just talking therapy, being able to speak and say, this is really upsetting me. As soon as they've said it and spoke it out loud, the burden of that is reduced. So I definitely believe that we have a responsibility, and I definitely take my responsibility very seriously. But I've got a wicked sense of humor. I've got a very naughty streak, and I have to keep that in check because sometimes somebody will say something that there could be a very humorous answer to, and I have to remember where I am and what particular hat I'm wearing. And you know, if I'm wearing the hat that says I'm being sensible and careful and managing an issue and being all the things that's needed, that means I don't put my silly hat on and give a silly response, right? And I believe that that is what makes our mental wellness room so special. When it was audio, I used to physically, I mean, I've told Amy this and you'll find it really funny again, but I used to like use my cursor and go around the room and talk to people and say hello to them. So I was literally talking to a little circle on a face, but I felt like that was as close as I could get to them by me speaking to that little circle and them speaking back to me. And then when they came on stage, they were still a circle, but it was a circle that I'd already introduced myself to and I'd already passed go with. And so therefore we were already acquaintances. We were already at the stage of we could communicate. If somebody came on stage or when it was audio and it was very personal and emotional, then I would be with them and I would try and talk them to a place where they were less emotional. And then I would suggest either we met afterwards or somebody else is now in the room who could take them immediately and give them help. I have given more people than I care to mention 10 hours of free therapy where they have called every week for 10 weeks to have a conversation about their problem and get them to a stage where they see their situation differently. And that's when you've won. When they can look at their problem and say, I've got several solutions to that problem, and I can now use the tools that you've given me, and I can go away and fix it. So the responsibility is mine. And that's a big responsibility. The reason we call it mental wellness and not mental health is because if it's mental health, then I need to be certified in every country that we talk to. Whereas if we call it mental wellness, then that can be just in the country that we're in. It doesn't matter. We're just talking about wellness. But when we leave the room, we can talk about whatever it is that person needs to talk about. And then I can give them the necessary people that I know who can support them in their countries. I've spoken to people in Ghana, I've spoken to people in Botswana, I've spoken to people in Kenya, I've spoken to people, funnily enough, in Holland. I've spoken to somebody, probably maybe a dozen or so people in the States. And these are people that all just need something there and then, as if they've gone to a shop and said, there and then, I need that dress. That's how they see it. I need an answer and I need it now. Paulette, fix me. And it's like, oh, you know, I don't have the magic wand like Harry Potter. Ding, you know. But what I can do is say, here's a few solutions that you could try. And I can say, I know this person, and that person, and may be able to help you. And that's really about responsibility. But they wouldn't have divulged or got to the stage where they could have opened up if they didn't feel comfortable. So to me, the responsibility is to make your space as safe and as loving and caring as it can be. So it's not just for me personally about making it a two-way street of information. I'm not trying to sell them something. Not in that moment. When we do the Mental Wellness Cafe, this is not a shop for the Jack and Water books. The Mental Wellness Cafe is literally there to support people because people need support and there aren't the facilities always available. So to me, that responsibility weighs heavy on me, and I make sure that I do the best I can. And when it was 3, 4 hours sometimes, I was frazzled. And then I knew that I'd got probably a dozen phone calls to make before I knew that room was finished, because I would never leave anyone hanging. And that's probably me. I don't know that everybody feels that way about the situation, but that's me. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I say I'm going to call you, I call you. If I say there will be a Zoom call afterwards, there will be a Zoom call afterwards. If I say I'll offer you services, I'll offer you services. If I know someone who can help you with homelessness, I'll phone Martha. You know, whoever it is and whatever I can do to put people in touch so they don't leave that room feeling that somebody has been inauthentic. Somebody has not actually followed through with what you suggested or said. That to me was powerful and important. Does that make sense to you, Annie?
Perfect sense, Paul. Like, perfect sense. You know, like I don't say I give you the credit because, like you say, it is you, and and you go the extra mile. You know, like, you hit it nail on the head. You know, it's the people who need help right now. They're the ones I want to address today. They know how do we what do we do with them? You've explained nicely, right, nicely how we can support them. You know, I think your point about prepare for anything. I've done this for the last 2 or 3 years now. Saying I know to prepare for everything, and I can't handle everything. I really can't. You know. Okay, so someone's got the mic open and baby. Yeah, it's you, Selena. It's fine. It's thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm going to come to you next. Hopefully, baby would have calmed down by then. Now, Paula, I think it's appreciating that some people really are in a situation They need help right now. And we have to find an answer. Of course, and you and I work, we do many things together. I think, like you said, it's being prepared for any eventuality, any question, any issue that someone's going to raise. And sometimes I don't know, I'm easily freaked out by things that I'm not expecting. And some issues, something you know me, Paulette. Where's my blankets? Please hide me now. Someone save me. Someone save me. Paulette, save me is what I would say, right? And thankfully, there's always someone there to save me, right? I think maybe it's knowing your capabilities. Maybe it's knowing what you can deal with, and like you say, what you can't deal with, who can you signpost the person to? I think that's so important. And I say most people who are really struggling, I'll say talk to Paulette. I'll connect you. You talk to her. Because this is not my thing. I can't really help you. I think for all of us as hosts, it's having this knowing who we can turn people to. For what? And again, it's all part of the conversations. And unless I talk to you, I want to know what you really do. When I say to people, I want to meet you to at least know what you do, know when to call you and when not to call you. That's I think that's so important as hosts to have a list of go-to people who can actually help people in our events. I think that's genuinely important.
Yeah, and having the facility to have resources, having garnered people around you who can support in various countries. I remember trying to get a computer from one country to another country because I knew they had the laptops and this person needed a laptop, and trying to work out the crazy facilitation of that process. And you think the people have put money into. We had a girl that was in a terrible state. She was in a domestic violence situation. She'd got herself into a shelter, but the shelter was slinging her out because she had her time. And at that point, we were like, what do we do? How do we help? And the Happiness Tribe got with us and they said, right, we're going to make this work. And we had a charity raiser. We had people, Kimberly, Coach K, donated clothing. There was just an outpouring of love for this girl and her children, her family. And we ended up, she got a job. We did her CV for her. So she ended up getting a job, getting a home, giving her 2 children a life. People donated clothes that would fit her children. She had the best outfit for her interview because Coach K donated it to her because she was from Houston. And, nobody knows this stuff, but it happened. And she had a little nest egg to get a car. Not a great car, but a car. And she could get to work and take her children to school. And we felt, every single one of us felt like we had just won the lottery. And it wasn't for us. And that's really a strange feeling, to know that you feel like you've won the lottery, but all you've done is given somebody else the opportunity to have what you have, to have a life. Yeah, supporting somebody else having a life and a good life. So I know that good stuff comes from these rooms, really good stuff that nobody would believe. And for me, I was concerned that when we went from audio to video, it would be strange and odd and different and weird. And, lipstick every day of the week, for God's sake. No, not happening. You don't know me. It's not happening. But I just felt that, we're going to have to change who we are. Nah, not happening. We're all going to be exactly the same. We're going to turn up exactly the same, and we're going to be exactly the same. And for me, that's what makes it special. It is community and it's caring. And on that note, I am done.
You see, I think there's no. It's more about really caring, like you said. I think it's more about enjoying helping people. I think I think
Yes.
that's the thing. But enjoying, getting the joy from supporting those people. Now,
As I said, we all felt like we won the lottery.
I mean, many people run the other way. They run a mile. Suddenly they ghost the audience, they ghost their attendees. You're like, what? And that's just weird. I think, you know, you have to want to help people. That's what we're here for. That comes with the terrain. It comes with the role we have as hosts.
Yes.
It comes, with the responsibilities that you talked about earlier, for sure.
But my integrity and my authenticity, to use Jay's favorite word, are always intact. I never leave a room feeling as if I haven't given it my all, I haven't been myself, and I haven't been truthful.
Yeah, no, I know you well enough. I will do most rooms together, so I know that's definitely true. Then we'll welcome Linda. I'm going to come back to you in a second, Paulette. There's something I want to ask you. I see also Sam. If you've done Sam's wellness survey, this health survey, it's a simple survey. I've done it myself, and connect with him and check it out. Find out what his health survey is. Essentially, a few simple questions, and then try and assess your health condition, and then things, products, health, supplements and such. I might be able to help you. But so thank you so much for joining us, Sam. So I call the man who knows everything. Man's been there, seen it, done it, for sure. Paulette, there's a question I'm dying to ask, and this goes to Selena, this goes to Professor Roxana, especially, of course, Lois and Joni, if you want to comment on this as well. You see, knowing what we know, that anything can happen, knowing that our friends, some of them are struggling. Someone accused me, they were like, you don't talk about the right things people want to talk about. I'm like, how dare you? Of course I do. I'm a businessman. I'm a marketer at that. So I want to sell my clients, my friends, services, right? That's what I'm here for. Yes, of course, I do the caring bit when the need arises. But I think the person's point was just talk about mental health. That's what you should all be talking about, because that's the only way you're going to help people, really. I'm like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. What's your take? Should every room just talk about mental health? And I think Joni mentioned positivity, or I don't know, Lois mentioned positivity earlier as well. I'm saying, must we just talk about, what would I call it? What's the word? It's not woolly topics. Must it just be well-being conversation?
Mental health isn't woolly. No, I think if you're talking about
woo topics,
woo-woo,
yeah,
woo-woo, it's not woo-woo. Yeah, I think the answer is very simple. If you're going to have a conversation about anything to do with mental wellness and mental health, you have to have somebody in the room who is there for the person who may get triggered. And that isn't me being professional. That's me being honest, okay? Because there are times when we don't even realize that something we have said can affect somebody else in a very different way. So, no, you can't have every room talking about mental health, not unless you have every room with a mental health advisor or a mental health specialist in that room, because otherwise you're living in a very dangerous place. Do I think that mental health comes into every room? Well, of course, because it comes into every one of our lives at different times. Every single person on this planet at some point in their life will have a moment where they are completely blindsided by a situation they've never come across before, and they won't know how to handle it. That's life. Lifing and living are not easy, right? But the answer to the question is absolutely not. And also, where's the fun? Where's the enjoyment? Where's the lifting spirits? Where's the let's all have a jolly good laugh and make each other smile? Because that is as important. Bringing hope and joy are as important to mental health as talking about dealing with actual physical issues. That's what I think.
Yeah, I can comment if you'd like, Annie.
Yeah, please, feel free.
If I can speak though, I've been waiting to. Do I need
Yeah.
permission?
All right, join in. Let Professor Roxana speak. Of course, I know Selena is there as well. Selena, are you ready to speak?
Yeah.
Joy,
I'll come to you
Joyce.
next, Selena. I'll come to you next.
Okay, I won't take it, Paulette. I won't take a lot of time.
That is
I
fine.
just, I just have a line or two, but yeah, let me come from mental health. I don't think that everybody is qualified to speak about mental health unless you want to maybe have sympathy for somebody who is sick. But I'm trying to say that every room should not be discussing mental health. Just like Paulette said, you have to be qualified. You don't have to dabble into an area where you are not qualified to speak. Because remember, this is a large audience. You never know what you're going to say and you get yourself in trouble, or maybe you want to be able to say what is within your reach. Let me call it that. But anyway, the main thing I want to say is, since I came to LinkedIn, I am in other social media events, or I can say so many others. But the LinkedIn is different, whether it is audio room, whether it's live event. When you come over there, you feel like you come into, to me though, I think I have a family here. The networking is different. And there are some social media that whatever you post there, it depends on how it looks. You have to pay for posting something. But I can see you can post anything provided if you're in premium, you just pay them a monthly premium, and that's it. You can keep on posting throughout the month. But there are some you actually pay their premium, and it's still they watch what you post and they think you're advertising, and they come up to you and ask for, well, this seems like you are advertising. Okay, but that's by the way. So I want us to know that, to me, this is social media. It's not a hospital. So if anybody needs, like me too, nobody's perfect. But I'm saying, if anything requires seeing a doctor, we know where to go. I think so. But if it is just being in a social media, we help each other as much as we can. And if there's any part that I don't, I still work, even though I am I'm 60. I'm retired. I still work part time and I'm enjoying my part time job. That's why I don't show up all the time. But I love each and every one of you. I like what you provide. I can just tell you that. I like what you provide. I like the networking. I like needing somebody and calling them, or just sending a DM and somebody answers you, gets you the help you need. I like the clear objectives that people give in their posts, and you think about it maybe in a day. I like giving the topic 1 week, post it, and so we know this is coming next week. Because I know it's in some areas, in some social medias, all you just see is what is pumping up in your feed. You just see stuff pumping up in your feed. But I see that there's a lot of organization that we have. I remember Leslie Flowers having a group of things that is going to happen for the week, even if everything is not there, and post it so that you know. if you want to attend this one, whatever you want to attend. So that makes a lot of difference. LinkedIn is still LinkedIn, whether it is audio room or live. One thing, one plus I like with LinkedIn. I'm a teacher, and sometimes I'm in class, so I don't really show up in everything that I'm invited. So I'm sorry, just in case if anybody says she doesn't come to, I can't just leave my students and start showing up every time. But one good thing about live, when I show up, I still watch it. It seems like I was there. So what about that? I love this part of live events. And everything that has advantage has disadvantages. I know we cannot just crowd up like we used to be 56 people in a room, 100 and something people in a room. But anyway, every time we can adapt to change. Nothing is dynamic. I mean, nothing is static. So things can be dynamic. We follow the dynamic. We follow them and works. Let's see how we can work this live. So the live event is great. And I'm learning a lot because now I know I have to learn to use live stream. I know I wasn't using a lot of them before. I was just using Zoom and other things. But now I know I need to work on StreamYard, Restream, other things. They all help. A lot of them communicate, carry what you have to post a lot further away. And I just thank you for what you're doing, though. Wherever anybody feels offended, not being, I think, I honestly think you're doing a great job. I told you that last 2 years, okay. I think I was new in LinkedIn. I was just hiding. But I came to one audio room, and they were talking about writing books. And I stood up and said, I want to write. I've been trying to write a book. I have been thinking about writing a book. And someone told me any help. So I talked to Annie directly, and he said, oh, don't worry. I can help you. I can show you. By the way, that was the story. That's the starting of the story. And right now I have some books, more than one. And he published the lessons we learned from COVID-19. And then my other book, Family Wealth Secrets, and the others on the way. Now I know I can actually write these books. So I think we can say, a lot of time we keep quiet and we think that people can read our mind. And so I believe that if anybody has something that doesn't like, they can say it. I do say, if I have anything that I don't like, I can just DM somebody. I don't have to say it loud. One thing I also want to do is I said I'm going to speak for 1 minute. Now I'm taking about 3 minutes. So in case someone has to be the moderator, if anybody tells me you have to be there for 1 minute, and the person tries to say, I will take that. I mean, so that if we plan to be live for 1 hour, then we're going live for 1 hour. If that is a problem, but if it's not a problem to me, but if you think that someone is taking a lot of time speaking, or maybe digressing, then someone can caution the person. So I would just want to say, maybe I don't reach out enough. Nobody's perfect. Forgive me, but I love LinkedIn because there's so many things you can get here you don't get every other place. So that's what I want to say, Paulette, Joanne, Annie, my sister, and everyone, each and every one of you. I just want to say thank you because I love the community where I am. Maybe I don't speak it enough. So I want to tell you, because you were trying to, I saw how do we make it live? How do we make it? But you're already doing well. But if we find how to do it better, well, that's good. Better is always better. If we can do better, that's good. But we are already doing great. So I don't have any additions so you can do much better. So keep on doing what you're doing. And if we need to reach out, we need to reach out. But I already said that we don't need every live event to be wealth. What is it?
Wellness,
Yes.
mental health.
Well, no, it cannot be. Because
Mm.
look, I'm a teacher. I've been an educator for decades. I'm not a doctor. So I'm not qualified to come and discuss wellness. I can just add some things, but it doesn't make me a qualified professional to discuss that. So we have to be careful what we discuss, even because this is a social media. You never know where what you're saying. You don't know where we get to. So this is what I want to say, and thank you so much anyway for allowing me to be in your group. This is a special group. Thank you.
No, thank you. You know, it is a special group because I choose who to invite, and I certainly choose who gets a link before the event, and I chose you lot for a reason. You host, you co-host rooms with me, and you. I know you got plans to do your own rooms as well. So I'm saying that's you have a lot to share. And yes, of course, you're not the mental wellness expert. I agree with you. We have to stay in our lane and do what we're good at.
Sure.
And we just say just have the backup to send them to Paulette, all of them. They got a problem. Hey, there's Paulette. I will introduce you in a group chat. You talk to her. I have a phone call. But I think look, you talk finance, you talk money, right? So, but again, I'm sure there's people there who want more from you than just coming to your event at Professor Roxana and just want that's that. And so I don't know. Maybe I admire your not getting sucked into people's issues. I don't know whether that's the way to describe it. I'm saying that's a way to look at it, right? But I fear it won't last very long.
You know what? I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but let me see. I just like to be myself in every situation. I think I'm old enough to be myself instead of being making someone feel happy by joining them to hate somebody else. That's what that's childishness. So I think I'm matured at the age of 60 something. I should be able to be me and maybe just be me. I don't have to join any group, group to say this and say that. But we just want to say we are one front. Let's make sure we make this place a good place to come to. It's been a good place to be. It's been a good place for the past 1 year, 2 years. You're happy that you have a group to go to. So if I'm not working, or if I don't have to go to another conference, I should have been on time. I was in another conference. But if I'm not in another conference, I would like to come and see what you can learn from all the wealth of knowledge, professionals that are here. So I really don't think we have to do something extra, but keep on improving though. So that is what I'm saying.
I agree with you entirely. I agree with you. I will say this to everyone and anyone who ever DMs me with the words, "Sorry, I couldn't make it." You'll get the same response. Never be sorry you couldn't make an event. We have so many events, and everyone's busy, right? I'm not gonna. I would never look at you and say, "Dr. Roxana, you were not at my event yesterday. What happened?" I would never say that to anyone. I never do. Even those who say they're going to come and speak at my event, for example. If they're not there, guess what? Any get over it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got their life. Everyone's got something to do. You can't. It's silly to judge anyone because they couldn't make an event. Because how do you know what? How do you know what happened there? They got work to go. They got kids to look after. They got family.
They have family. They never know. They have family. They got children. They have grandchildren. They have couple. I mean, spouse. Maybe someone had an unusual issue.
Anything happens. Traffic could have stopped me getting home to my computer. I'm saying, I'm more interested in being grateful every time you do turn. And all of you have had this DM from me. Everyone who's ever DM and said, "Sorry, I couldn't make it."
I do.
I
I
say,
do.
"Look,
I just,
you know,
yeah, but
get over
okay.
it." You know, I'm over it. There's come to tomorrow's events instead, because there's more events every day that Annie does, right? Maybe that's why I can be all right about the whole thing. I want to welcome Yadishwaji. I see you. I'm glad you're here. Someone else, another long name. I couldn't work out. I don't know when I'm going to work it out. Oh, okay. Manba Hador. Oh my goodness. I hope I haven't destroyed your name completely. If I have, do forgive me. No. Linda, thank you for joining us. Linda makes a good point, though. I think it's a useful one. I don't think these rooms is for looking for a solution. Sometimes, and most times,
No,
people
it's
just
not.
want someone to talk with. That makes a world of difference. You know, and that's the that's the point, Linda. I think that everyone that as hosts that we need to bear in mind. You know, people just want. You know, people want a friend. Those who are suffering don't really want you to solve the problem always. But no, the number of people who want a friend, you'll be amazed by. You'll be astonished. You know, like I said earlier, the number of people who've had health issues. Again, you'll be amazed. You know, people who are struggling. You know that what Paulette talked about earlier. They want help. They just want that help now. That help is just someone to talk to. They just bounce ideas off. You know, so as hosts, let's be there for people. Let's be there for people. Kelly, I'm not sure if that's a comment, if that's your title I'm looking at. So no dough, she says. But, you know, you're a chef. Like you're. I don't know. The rebel chef, flour, free evangelist, no dough. I'm lost. If anyone gets that, let me know. Right? You know, so I love to. You know, you left me a DM, a voice note one time, Kelly. So I will listen to it and come back to you on that one. Selena, I don't know what's happened. Selena, are you there? Selena?
It doesn't appear so.
I don't know. She's on stage, but yeah, you're not muted either, Selena. I don't know what's happened.
I don't see it.
Selena, okay. So, are you there?
Well, I'm happy to comment quickly.
Yeah, of course.
It's my
of course.
choice words.
Go for it. I mean,
So I'm
one sec. Kelly wants free flour. I don't know what that means.
Hello.
No, she wants free flour.
Hello.
Colette, she wants to bake some cake. Who's on double? Hold on. Right. Selena, I've muted you for a second. Okay. Selena, I'll come to you in 1 second, Selena. 1 second. Unless you're in a hurry. I'll come to you in a second. So I've muted you for 1 minute. Let's hear from Joni, then I'll come back to you. Then you can see us out today. Joni, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, Joni.
No, I already spoke today, so I feel bad. But I don't really feel bad about saying the effect of some of your words, Professor Roxana, you have on, let's say, me, different followers of mine, and different audience members. I don't know. Have you ever experienced depression? Have you ever experienced having someone to go to rehab? Have you ever experienced an AA meeting? Because that is what this is. And that is a really healthy thing for people. And a lot of the education shows in the medical profession that it is a combination with, if you choose Western medicine or a professional setting, but also with group therapy. And most people really find such happiness in group therapy. And I know it's worked for me. I've had a couple really good friends, gone through alcoholism, drug abuse, whatnot. And it has helped me so much to kind of say my truth and my story. And LinkedIn may have started all those years ago as a business enterprise. That is not necessarily what it's become. It's become a community that people across the world have just come to and found some source of joy, some source of identity. And I am here to make sure that continues to happen because, damn, I've been through enough trauma. And you know what? I also think, it's all so unique. And so it's really based on the individual. I'm a single parent, so I'm not in a 2-parent household with extra money that makes me feel comfortable. I am just me. And so there is a lot of factors that go into me that may not go into you, and a lot of different factors that go into other people listening that may not go into you. And that's okay, because I really enjoy you, but I do think that you are quick to judge, and that is not what our group is about. And that's what I had to say.
I'm sorry. Can I speak? Joe, I love you, but I'm not trying to, honestly.
Do you feel the need to? You go. I'll give you the space. Why not? Selena, be patient, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Joanne, I don't know, maybe you misunderstood what I was trying to say, but I still love the fact that we come over here, we have the community. I'm not trying to say that if you have a question or a problem, you do not communicate. Actually, I don't even know the area that this is coming from. I didn't even know that you have. One thing I do know, you have other problems, like any other person have other problems. But what I'm trying to say is that the best way to solve these problems is to maybe communicate to somebody who you know can help in this problem. We are not.
I think it's not that clear cut. I think there's a gray area in all sorts of healing. And that is really my mission, that you can evolve as a 60-year-old woman and realize, that you don't need a PhD in front of your name to give good advice, to make people feel joy and help them get out of their shit. Sorry, my language. Okay. I'll let you continue.
I'm hoping, I
All
think,
right.
Jodie, you're coming from the point of where you said, this is not a hospital.
No. It's not, well, I said that. Well, I said that to say that I am not qualified to be maybe given some advice or advices to maybe any problem that is not my area. It doesn't, I'm not trying to say that people cannot be in a community and say that's no, I'm not trying to refer to anybody, but I'm trying to say that I have to be careful which area I dabble in. So I know. So
No,
but
I get you. So
I am
there's
sorry that
there's no need to
didn't
defend
like.
yourself. There's no need to defend you. That's why I said to you, do you really have to say something that you don't really have to act? You really don't have to. I assure you. Now,
Right.
Jodie is fine. Jodie, she's telling you what you think. That's
Jenny, I
the
appreciate you.
Paulette, I hear you now. Paulette, go on to talk to us.
Just a very quick comment on that. Professor Oksana, you've got so many life experiences by the time you get to 60 that even if you're not qualified in a field, you've probably experienced something or something similar to pretty much everything that people will come to you with. So all you're doing is using your own life's experience and saying, look, in my own family, we had this problem and this is how we dealt with it. But everybody deals with everything differently. I don't think it has to be a medical response. It can just be from your heart and your own experience. I don't think it has to be medical. But if you are calling it a mental wellness room, then it does, because you have to have the backup. Does that make a sense? Does that show you the difference?
Yes, that feels the difference we have. Yes, we do have a lot of
We've got life experience, right? That's it.
life
And we
experience,
can
and
use that.
life experience, and we handle it. If we cannot go into the family, we know how else to deal with it. So
Exactly.
yeah, it wasn't. I'm not trying to say people like I am now. I'm not saying I don't have any uh, anything I'm going through. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that when we come here, we actually help each other. Even
Yes,
just laughing, even just having someone to,
definitely.
even Johnny. I mean, well, now I don't even. I think I need to communicate with you more because
Agree, agree. You two need to do a coffee,
you are so
talk.
jovial. You are, I mean, really don't see
Have a
anything.
chat. Have a chat by Joni's fireplace.
We
That's what I
can
say.
definitely have a fireplace chat, and I am not I'm not frustrated with you. I am kind of frustrated with some of the mental health uh, or lack thereof of understanding that there is so many ways to get yourself out of depression or anxiety or self-isolation, and it's so important, and it affects all areas of your life. It affects your children, your ability to keep your house clean, whatever, and it affects the way you eat, Kelly,
Yeah,
and
and
it affects your finances. And so I really, really appreciate everyone's personal experiences, because that does help me. That's not altruistic. That is helping me. And so that's all I wanted to say. And you're never too old to change a little bit.
no,
yeah.
I know I'm changed. I know that one thing I do know is that meditating or praying in the morning, any small time, helps me a lot. If I'm down, I do. I mean, I get up in the morning. I try to pray, and all of my children also had this mental health issue, and we keep on praying for him, and we found him somebody that takes care of him after at home. But anyway, he's much better now. So if I have mental, if I feel like I'm anxious, it's not just I keep on praying. I am a Christian. I know where how to go about it, and I have a family too that somebody in my family is divorced, and I know how the havoc because I can actually see that mental health comes from divorce, whether you like it or not, especially one that's a child or two. So I can actually stop there, but I know there are so many instances that can mess up somebody's mental health. But
Look,
I'm trying to say,
if you two have a chat, you'll make my day. I mean that
okay,
sincerely. That's what these events are for.
all right.
My YouTube friends, keep at it, keep at it. You know, yeah, keep at it, please. And my Facebook friend as well. I'm you know, stay there. We'll rack up my watch hours, please. Keep going, keep going. We're nearly done, by the way. Kelly, I get it now. So, you know, talking to what Joan is saying, there's different ways that we can support each other. Kelly said the flour-free evangelist. I missed that bit, Kelly. I just saw flour and no dough. But you know, now she's saying essentially flour-free is an important part because Kelly focuses on chronic health conditions and refined flour and dementia awareness. That's what she does for a living. I never knew, Kelly. I never knew. I never knew. Let's talk about it, Kelly. You know, you must have someone who wants to be in my survived health anthologies. I say mine, so it's mine and Selena's. Selena, I'm coming to you next. So, you know, it is. Yeah, so of course, what you eat. Now, we'll have different expertise, is the point, and that we can bring to the table. And that's what we need to bring. You know, so again, I think me and Paulette will argue all day long. I'm sure you know Joni will too. Making time for our community members is almost part of the brief of the host. I don't know whatever that means to you, you work it out. You know, making time to meet people, talk to them, get to know them. Get to know who they are, and care about them is what we're saying, really. You know, that's on top of my business. That's as well as my business, despite my business, in spite of whatever you call it. No, but I know to do both, because people are relying on us to support them. And you know, as Michelle says, these events are way better than AA, or you know, what's NA? I have no idea what that is. So someone can tell me if you know what NA meetings are. Narcotics Anonymous, maybe people with drink and drugs issues. You know, so because we do make that time to talk, right? Sam Kelly is asking, how do I proceed? Just click on Sam's link, copy the link into your browser. The survey will kick in, and there you go, right? So literally, that's how you do Sam's survey. The link is in the comment somewhere. Michelle, so, you know, it may not be a medical license. It doesn't need a medical license for, you know, but life experiences trumps most circumstances and areas that we dive into. It's true, you know. That apart from Paulette, I don't know anyone else who's medically qualified in most cases. Most PhDs or something apart from medical, right? I know a few doctors who don't do doctors, but
I'm also old, so I've got life's experience too.
Wisdom, Paulette, wisdom we call it, right? Wisdom. Are you old? You're not old. You know, you and Dr. Roxana are young. I'm saying that when I get there anyway. That's my excuse. So I made a decision to do a breakfast with prayer. Oh, just like Moses did before the 10 Commandments were written. You know.
Prayers work a lot. That is one thing. I can it releases my tension. And if I can't pray, sometimes something can happen to you and you can pray. I don't know if it happens to other people. What I do is listen to recorded prayers. That even if you don't have some, if you log into YouTube, there are so many of them. And I log into Grace for Purpose. That's always going to be something. Somebody's going to bust out praying for me, just like they actually saw what I was talking about. If I am there that I can't sleep, and I just log into one of them, and after some time, lo and behold, I will sleep. So there are times that there is no perfect human being. I can just tell you that. Some situations there is no perfect human being, but because I'm a Christian, it doesn't mean that I don't have any. But there are things that come to you after you hand over to God. You also need some prayers. If you don't have anybody to pray to you directly, I do have a prayer group. We have a prayer group, but I also go to Grace for Purpose, because there's always going to be a prayer there. For me, I don't know, but this Grace for Purpose is in YouTube. And if you, Grace for Purpose is in YouTube, there's a whole lot of them. And if you feel down, if you feel down, all you need, to me, it works for me, I don't know. Whenever I feel down, I look at the prayers and turn one of them on. And after listening for some time, I feel like, well, God just sent this person to speak to me. So this is how I handle my anxiety, because there's nobody that doesn't have something going on in between them or between them. In my family, I just already told you that in my family, I have a divorced somebody. So we see how it's affecting all of us, even though it's affecting the children. I mean, so anyway, I don't know if I offended you anywhere.
No. Do us a favor. Do us a favor, please. Share the link for your Grace and Favor.
Okay. Yeah.
In the comments. That'll be handy. So,
okay, I will try it. Maybe after.
I can't help you with prayer, but
it's Grace for Purpose. Grace. If you type in Grace for Purpose in YouTube, it shows up. Do you see these prayer groups there? Actually, a lot of them have recorded thousands of recorded prayers. So it doesn't really matter when you go in. If you click that, you see the one you like. The heading will tell you. The thumbnail will tell you. So sometimes you go to YouTube. You're not looking for how to make this, how to DIY or something. It's find some kind of prayers that after you listen to it, you feel like you took some medications because people are going through stuff. And I can tell you, most of the time, it's not about who talked to you or who you talk to. You should talk to God first. The burden. He's a burden bearer. He says his yoke is easy and his burden is light. He can just take over that heavy load. Sometimes I feel like I am rolling over my burdens to God. I say, take over the burden. I pray that God will join me in the lake of fire. And every day I wake up, I never know what lake of fire I'll get in. Like he joined Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the lake of fire. I ask God to join me in any lake of fire I see myself. In any gathering, wherever they gather against me today. Father, in the name of Jesus, you said you scatter them in 7 ways. You said 1,000 will fall on my left, 10,000 on my right.
Right, that's what Roxana.
So after praying, I feel that I can wake up. Oh, guess what? I just don't wake up until I'm sure I have said enough. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm praying, but I have to. I got to.
I'm not religious at all. No, so what I tend to believe in is the power of the universe. I meditate. No, they say praying is you talking to God. Meditation is God talking to you.
Whatever you do, you can meditate. Right. You can pray to God. You can pray to the universe. Whichever I know that this God I'm talking about is the one that created the universe. I'm talking about the God that created the universe. So I pray to God. But listen, what I'm trying to say is that there are so many ways you can pray. Let's try to hand over burdens to God. And that is, it carries a whole lot of burdens from us.
All right. A lot of people agree with you. A lot of people will be understanding what you're saying.
And Professor Roxana.
Selena needs to speak.
One quick thing. I think
Selena needs to speak, Joni.
Really, she's right.
Come on, girls. Oh, give me a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it's time for
Professor.
Everyone, I'll come back to you, Joni. I'll come back to you in a second. Christiana,
what is going on?
There's too many microphones on. Okay. Let me bring Selena. Yes. Okay. So let's bring Selena on. Selena.
Hi.
What does it mean?
Sorry?
You have another tab open.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I can hear my echo.
Okay. You know, I mean, you've been saying a lot of beautiful things and some, not so good. Experience. I'm almost 60 as well. I am 60 in March. And I've got lots of experience. I got healed of Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 4. I'm a qualified divorcee or single mother. And, I'm a survivor of double pneumonia. Yes, I've written 2 books already, 3 in another anthology. When you say you can't speak, I'm just sorry, Professor, I'm not onto you. But I was a bit shocked because I can talk about divorce. I'm not a divorce counselor, because I went through it. I can talk about cancer, but I'm not a doctor, but because I experienced it. I can talk about things which I went through. I'm an empty nester now. I talk about empty nesting. When my kids left home, how it stressed me, how it worried me, how I got confused. I can talk about, like depression. Because when I was going through cancer treatment, I went into depression. I wanted to kill myself because I thought I wasn't worthy living. So sometimes, yes, I don't have to be a doctor to talk about it. I have to encourage, because as we say, these rooms are for encouraging each other, uplifting each other, even encouraging somebody to say, yes, you can go to a doctor, you can look for a counselor, you can look for a coach, because I lived that, and this is where I am now. I've got a sister at the moment, my only young sister, and she's going through a lot. She's going through depression, and that depression has gone, to the extreme. She now hears voices, she sees things which are not there. And can't I talk about that to her? Of course I can, because I lived it. Of course, if somebody, I can invite somebody who went through that to talk about it. So let's encourage each other. Let's uplift each other and say, yes, there's healing, but here it's a safe space. We want to talk that, okay, there is a way out of this darkness. And yes, I think there's somebody who spoke about, why we do some of the jobs, like, okay, why are you a teacher? Why are you a nurse? Why do you do what you want? What's your why? Sometimes we don't know our why. Why am I saying that? When I was going through cancer, just before they even told me that I had cancer, they put me in a single room and they called it, like it's contagious. And then a nurse came in. She had a mask. It was before COVID. I hadn't seen a lot of people wearing masks. She had a mask. She couldn't come in the room where I was because she was afraid that she could get what I had. And what did she do? I was in pain. I'd asked for some paracetamols. She left them by the door. And I couldn't walk to that door because I was in pain. The room was cold. I didn't have anybody to tell that the room was cold because my buzzer was not even connected. It was not near me. And this is a nurse. Do you think that person is there for money or for a why? Of course, she doesn't care about people. I called the manager and asked him. I said, okay, I'm a nurse myself. And I know Florence Nightingale, why she started this, thing called nursing. She wanted people to be comfortable, to be loved, to feel it. So this nurse, what she did, I don't think she's suitable to be in the same ward with me. And she was removed that night because I felt I couldn't. I just said, can you just take me home? I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here. But there are some people who are like that. They don't know why they're doing things. In these rooms, yes, I heard somebody saying, yes, they ended up helping a girl who needed, a laptop, a job for for her kids as a single mom, because I lived it. I could imagine how she was going through. If I had known, if I was there, I know I would have given something towards it because I know how painful it is. So these rooms should be safe and welcoming and just to show that we love. So let's just continue to love. Thank you for those rooms. I really love just connecting with people, hearing, and, seeing what we have to offer each other. We have love, and love heals. If we can only give each other love, that will heal us. So I'm done. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Grace for Purpose is what you're talking about, Professor Roxana, on YouTube. So I put it in the comments. And so I think it's a great way to wrap up, Selena. An amazing way to wrap up.
Yes, the Grace for Purpose is in YouTube, and all you need is type it up, type the Grace for Purpose, and they show up.
Yeah.
They have a lot of prayers ongoing. I can just maybe turn one on that I was listening to before I came in here. So there are so many prayers. There are so many people who want to be prayed for, and so many things. Prayers on anything you can think about. Okay, and sometimes they pray. You think they are praying for you. You think it's about you. So you never know who God sent to pray for you. So grace for purpose is very good for everybody. And then you can pray the way you know how to pray, and also communicate for counseling to people you want to counsel. I love this place because I can come and ask people to help me with my problems, or maybe get a networking, be in a network that will solve a problem. So that is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, we hear you loud and clear, and so I'm sure people will go and check out Grace for Purpose. Selena, I said to you,
I've got my event tomorrow. It's about like empty nesters, the legacy.
where? You
On
haven't invited me.
I'll send you something on WhatsApp. You're not my friend on LinkedIn.
No.
Somebody was jealous. So it's at 4 o'clock tomorrow, 4 GMT.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Okay, super. Of course, our apologies, it's in motion. So I've got many people who say that they definitely want to be in it. So Joni wants to be in it. Paulette, Michael, Linda in the US, and there's many more people. Michelle Ramos wants to be in it as well, and Michelle Burdenholm want to be in it. So we're getting there. I say the numbers are stacking up. So and there were some have written their chapters already. Jenny's written a chapter already. So anyone else who wants to join our health, I survived anthology. Tell us how you survived your life-threatening illness, and then Selena and I put it together, and then we should make it happen. It's about giving people the legacy.
Like how you say, Prof, I was healed through prayer. God told me that I was already healed, yet the doctors thought I was dying. And the moment I believed it, then it changed inside of me to outside. It was just a voice saying, what are you waiting for? You are already healed. My life was just about listening the audio Bible day in, day out, because I couldn't do anything. I was in pain every time. So I know the power of prayer, the power of community. Because it was just like handful of women who used to pray, gather around me every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Meditating, praying, and some used to take me into the park to walk in nature, breathing. So the power of prayer, I understand it. It's so beautiful. Says we can do it. We are healed through many different avenues, but the ultimate healer is God. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to mute you because you muted yourself, so it's fine. That's where the echo is coming from, Sam. Look, my friends, thank you so much for gracing me with your time again. I can't thank you enough. Every 2 weeks we have these conversations. I don't know. I've got the next one. I'll be in London I'll be in Paulette's place in near London with Miss Angelica. We're going to talk about another topic. We might talk about the different types of events. So what can you do with a live? Obviously, I do events that involve people talking to each other. And that's what most of us do. But there's webinars, there's other events, there's show and tell events, there's demonstrations, there's workshops, there's all sorts of different events. So the question I want to ask next time is, what type of events do you want? What do you enjoy? just to give us an idea of how people would know how to better use this live platform that we have. For the events that I do, for the events most of my friends do, we don't want to just talk at people. As Kelly says, it's trying to change this feeling of I thought I was alone. We're not alone because we have friends on LinkedIn. As Professor Roxana said several times, and other people have made the point today, we're a community of people, right? Let's keep supporting each other. And I will say again, for anyone who's a host, we have huge responsibilities. Let's use that to support those who are truly suffering. Whether it's through prayer, whether it's through conversations, whether it's through advice, whether it's through whatever, right? Some people just want time and someone to talk to. I'm saying, let's provide that role because that makes a difference to people's lives. And almost from those conversations, from those what looks like random friendships, we get real friendships, and then we get real, experts help at best of times. So thank you all. I don't want to keep you any longer. So you've been here in 2 hours, 37 minutes. Thank you all so much. Enjoy your week. I've got a show tonight. My next show tonight is at 9:30. What's it? 4 hours from now? Yeah, thereabouts. So we're gonna meet Michelle Ramos. You've seen her name. You've seen her picture. I should get to meet her today. What's that? You're gonna meet her on any spotlight. That means we're there to have fun, not laugh at Michelle. I want to laugh with Michelle, right? No, let's come and learn some of her stories, and let's enjoy some of her quirkiness. So she's very quirky, Michelle. I'm telling them the truth, right? She's a bit different, but she's adorable. So I'll send you the link. If you can join us, it'll be amazing. If you know Michelle, come and tell us the stories that or what you know about her, just to make me laugh, to make us laugh. That's what the spotlight is. So hopefully you can join us. Otherwise, do join us in 2 weeks' time for this event. Selena and I got an event coming up where we're going to discuss this health and this survival anthology. We're going to also talk about the issues and get people to come and participate and hopefully join and collaborate with us on the project.
I just
please.
Yeah, the Grace for Purpose. I put it in the link so people can see it. The link is I put it in the link. I mean, in the comments. So
awesome. Now, Christiana, look, I'm with you, Christiana. Christiana says, "Know that you are not alone.
I know.
Pray for each other. Take a moment out of your day to think of someone else.
Yes.
Let them know you're thinking of them." Yes, Christiana, beautifully said. Yeah, if you haven't been to Christiana's miscarriage and baby loss room, then do join us. It's not this week. It's not tomorrow. It's next Thursday. But I'll bid you goodbye, my friends. Okay. Enjoy. Sam, thank you so much. Awesome show, Sam. Enjoy yourselves, my friends. Take care. So I'm going to play my go music. Thank you so much for sharing with me, Professor Roxana, and every other speaker. Paulette, so Selena, Luce, Joni as well. Thank you so much, all of you. Enjoy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
She's success with Global.Media.com and celebrating with the without champagne or rum. She's success with Global.Media.